This is the BMW i3. It's the Bavarian automaker's first real mass-market electric car, and it's a really big success story. The i3 is probably one of the best commuter cars for people who don't work too far from their home. It's now apparently the third best-selling electric vehicle in the world, and after driving it for a few days, it's not hard to see why. It has a lot of quality. Any i3 is an enticing electric proposition, but this one, it's a higher trim level, and it has the very nice eucalyptus wood trim here, and also the wool on the seats and the leather that's only been treated with olive oil, they say. The i3 starts at somewhere around 35,000 euros in Europe. For the kind of vehicle that it is, it's not excessively priced, I think. All countries nowadays, or most countries that have a decent infrastructure and a desire to move towards electric vehicles, are now offering rebates and incentives. It has a real-world range of around 140 kilometers or 80 miles, which renders it useless if you have long commutes to do. If I were really considering buying this car, I'm not sure I would go for the range extender. But BMW has already released another update to this battery pack that's like 33% larger and can house up to 33 kilowatt hours of current. I enjoy driving it with no music to hear how the car operates. You can hear the battery cooler sometimes start up, and it's interesting to hear it working. This car, it's a body-on-frame vehicle that's tall, boxy, and has skinny tires. And yet, you will enjoy driving it. You will enjoy the experience of steering it, instant acceleration, even the one-pedal driving thing is neat. The i3 heavily relies on brake regeneration, or not heavily relies on heavy brake regeneration rather. If you're off the throttle, which means the car is in full regen mode, and you cross a pothole, chances are you'll feel juddering go through the car. It's very unpleasant, and it can be called if you slightly press the accelerator so that the regen isn't engaged. But whenever you're fully regenerating and decelerating, and you get to a pothole or some bigger imperfection in the road, you will feel the rear of the car send judders throughout the cabin. BMW doesn't seem to be too bothered by the fact that this car can lose up to 30% of its range, even if you have a fully charged battery. It can lose up to 30% of its range when it's really cold outside, and it needs to constantly keep warming up the batteries. Even with the windows up, you can overhear people's conversations, which you shouldn't do because that's not polite. But you do it anyway, don't you? Don't you? I do it. I'm not ashamed to admit it. I can't help myself. Bicyclist has no clue I'm behind him. He's drunk. After driving the i3 for a few days now, I'm struggling to pick faults. I'm generally very, very, very impressed. BMW should really be applauded, not only for creating the i3, but the i sub-brand as a whole. It's an achievement. Yes, it may be part marketing talk behind it, but there's definitely substance to their package.